What's up, everybody? We're back with a mail day, and always exciting mail day. We're just going to go over all the cards I have gotten and just kind of go on my journey of what I've been collecting. And it was recently my birthday, and I got a very exciting card today. I'm super excited. If you've been following me, I've been building up my Vintage Cube collection, and I'm trying to get all of the gold border because it's expensive, the Power 9. And today was the Time Walk. I'm super hyped for this. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Guess there's a small ding up there because these cards do have like corners, like they're not rounded at all. Ooh, yeah, you can see that right there. A little bit over here, but man, this will be my final non-Moxen or Black Lotus. So now I have Recall, I have Time Twister, I have Time Walk, and now I have Mox Sapphire and Mox Jet. So I'm missing 3 Mox and a Black Lotus, but it will take me in due time. But gosh, beautiful, fun card that will always be in Vintage Cube. It's what makes Vintage Cube Vintage Cube. And today we did get some Vintage Cube cards, but I mostly bought Commander. If you've seen, we've been playing Commander again, and I'm getting really back into Commander, having a lot of fun with my buddies and stuff. So let's see what we get. We're just going to go in random order. I didn't really put this in a sort of order, and I'm just going to show you guys. Yep, Commander card, Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Have become a copy of mostly what I'm going to do is copy my Commander. Let's see if I can get my Commander. I think I know what this one's for. I'm pretty sure it's in Bonnie Paul. So making extra Bonnie Pauls that can make extra cows, and I do run things for Bonnie Paul. I guess we're going to go just over all of the cards I have. Yeah, like Spark Double, Copy, Bonnie Paul, Sakashima. Actually, this one is real. It's not going to, but I have like Mirror Gallery, so I can make multiple cows. Looks like it's not for Bonnie Paul. Maybe we just do this for all of them. Just help me organize of what's going to go into what. Next deck, it might be, and of course another Simic pile, Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. So this is another fun one. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever you target a spell, cast a spell that targets only one single one, Ivy will copy it. So say I have, I don't know, any sort of creature. Most things is going to be auras. So I copy onto an aura. Ivy will see it and copy it onto her. And then if I have Sakashima, copy Ivy, and another creature, copy, get so much value. As this one draws a card, that would draw me 3 cards. Let's see if it is. And yeah, it is this one. So it will be an Ivy card. Hooray. Now it's real. Let's move that over here, and we'll see what comes next. Shabam! Heroic Intervention. Maybe this might take a little bit because, every green deck of mine has Heroic Intervention. I need to go through the lists and do it, even though it sounds kind of cool. Maybe we do go through Heroic Intervention. Going back through Ivy. Just coming here to hang out, chill, look at cards. It'll be kind of cool. Love me some Ivy. She is kind of one note, so I've been really downsizing on my Commander decks, and if I play this enough and it's kind of just the same thing over and over and over, then maybe. So that one is a real one. Can't forget about Sakashima, though. Put that up front. Maybe it is in Bonnie Paul. Let's see if Bonnie Paul's Heroic Intervention is a real one. Most of my cards are real, but I like filling them out and getting better. Like all of these tropical islands are real. I've been just playing for so long. Sakashima, foil, but I like to think if you just want to play the deck, or especially try it out, you should definitely go and do that. Just try it out. That one is also a good one. So let's try another deck. Like I said, we're just going to be hanging out here. Is it Thelon of Havenwood? We're getting my organizing done, and you're just hanging out, seeing whatever I have. Thelon, we are looking for Heroic Intervention. Heroic Intervention. Nice parallel lives there. Like, I need Cranker Bloom. That's a proxy that I should have just gotten. Beautiful Soul Ring there. It is, and bam. Take that. Give this a sleeve. Boom. And into the deck. Put that off to the side so I remember. And Thelon got his upgrade. Now, let's go. Wha-bam! Omnath, Locus of Mana. I know where this goes. This is original set. So 3 mana for 1/1. But green mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as steps and phases end. And it gets +1/+1 for each green mana in your mana pool. The thing is, like, this is my big mana deck, but you float all your mana, then go to combat, attack with him while he's big, and then use your mana is usually what you want to be doing. But let's go get the big mana green boy. So most of my deck upgrades is for this. I've been having so much fun with Sasia Orochi Ascendant that I'm just going to upgrade as best as I can with this. A 2/3 for 3 mana. Snake Monk. Yes, this is an old one. It's kind of like what a flip card would be, but it starts on the top and then goes to the bottom. But it starts with reveal your hand. Why would you want to do that? If you have 7 or more land cards in your hand, flip this. How do you get 7 or more land cards in your hand? That's the beauty of it. But it's all worth it for Sasia's Essence. So whenever a land you control is tapped for mana, add 1 mana of that type to your mana pool for each other land you control with the same name. So I run a lot of basic forests, and say I have 5 basic forests, they're all going to tap for 5. So just 5 basic forests that tap for 5 is going to be 25 mana. Pretty crazy. Oh, it could have Heroic Intervention could have gone in here too. That's probably where it came from, but hey, yeah, I run a lot of snow lands too. They're all snow lands. But as you can see, some of them are proxy and ready to get changed out. And that's where most of I've been just loving this deck, having fun of whatever I built, and time to upgrade it into the beast it should be. Like I said, try out decks of what you think you want, and then just eventually, bam, upgrade into what it should be. Let's see what's next. I'm going to keep Sasia in the range. I'm sure, boom, no, it is not. Vanishing. 1 blue, enchant creature. Double blue, enchant creature phases out. This is for a different deck. I didn't realize I'm going to be pulling out my decks, so I need to organize just a little. Bam! I've talked about her before, but Miss Bruna, Light of Alabaster. One of my all-time favorites. Never going to not be playing her. So let's find Vanishing. I got to get used to sleeving first. Then finding that. I guess I could use these sleeves, but now Bruna, Light of Alabaster, has Vanishing, which once I get it on her, I can now be 2 blue, basically counterspell anything, because they're going to want to target Bruna. That's it for sure. All right. Next up is, Nimbus Maze was from Bruna. Next up is, well, bam, Rowan. It's a 2 green for enchantment. During your draw phase, reveal the first card you draw to all players. If that card's a basic land, draw a card. Yep, we're back in Sasia. We had that Omnath. Rowan is what we're going to look for. We can put the lands in the back because we're going to be searching through this deck a lot. Let's just put the lands in the back of the deck. Lots and lots of basic forests. You need to have 7 in your hand for it to work. Wow, where is Rowan? There it is. Now all the lands are in the back, though. So now I can separate the lands. I don't have to pick up that pile again. Pretty unique to this deck that I get to separate the lands, because normally upgrading the mana base is never fun. You kind of want the real card. They're the cards that you play, but upgrading the mana base is important. You should always have a decent mana base. All right. Next, bam, Thran Dynamo. I couldn't find an extra copy of my Thran Dynamos, but I do like the classic Urza's Destiny. Of course, it is for Bruna. Somewhere for Bruna. I guess the same thing. Take out the basic lands. See what we want. Yes, this is a 4 deck. Sorry, guys. This one I gotta play hard with Bruna. Fairy Mastermind. Pull that out for a second. RCQs have now switched to from standard to modern. So now I'm going to grab my standard. I was playing Fairy Masterminds. Grab that and where's Thran? There's Thran Dynamo. Let's just finish the basic lands. Oh, I'm so excited. I also just recently bought the SpongeBob Secret Layers. And I mean, Nimbus Maze being back there is fine. Shoot. I need Vanishing up front, though. Because I need to remember. So, Thran Dynamo. Skrev. I'm getting distracted. Skrev is Plankton. Plankton will be inside Bruna. That's weird to say. I shouldn't say it like that. I'll be getting the Plankton card and putting it in the 99 of Bruna. Righto. All right, Fairy Mastermind. We're now in the 99 of Bruna. All right, moving on. This is a big stack. Bubbling Muck. I know what this is for. Let's go grab them. It's a deck you haven't seen quite yet. I believe it will be the only upgrade for Satoru Umizawa. Now you think ninjas or cheating in big things. And yes, I do with Stormtide Leviathan. Always a fun one. But more of it, it's a combo deck. That's why Bubbling Muck. Any way to untap my lands and have ways to double my lands or lands that make even more to infinitely ninjutsu. So untap, ninjutsu. It's kind of hard to explain. It's very convoluted, but that's why I love this deck. Have some sort of ETB that just keeps going. Evacuation. Love Evacuation. I think this is the last proxy in this deck. Yeah, couple goodies. There it is. Let's just make sure. Is this... Oh, I need an Urbog. Tomb of Yawgmoth. Anything else, though? I'm pretty sure this is over. Yeah. Need an Urborg. That should get a reprint, hopefully, here sometime. I don't know. They need to make... They haven't announced the reprint sets yet for 2025, so there's got to be one, right? Next, Pelucranos, World Eater. There's a little fuzzy on him. That's Sacia. Pelucranos. Pelucranos. Looking for Pelucranos. There you are. OG set 2. The original set. Always fun. Bam. Kerblam. Beautiful. Next up. Wha-bam. Miss Cutter Hydra. X-Spell. Can't be countered. Has haste. Protection from blue. So when I have all that 25 mana, Sacia. It's just going to feed into Sacia. Sacia. Let's find our Hydra. Not in there. There you are. Original set foil. Beautiful. Next up. Bam. Ooh, Maze of Ith. Old school Maze of Ith. Where would this go? That is a question. Where does this go? A couple of guesses, but I'm pretty sure in my Course of the Conclave deck, I already have a French version, which we will just go over. Yeah. Labyrintho d'Ith. So that one's real. I got one more before I look at deck lists. Of course, I would have all my deck lists online. I could send that in the show notes down below if you want. Could be in Kumano Master Yamabushi. I did recently upgrade this. I'm not sure. Why would I want... Is Maze of Ith in here? I don't think so. Oh, just beautiful card. This also has Mass Land Denial. This is my other 4. All my other decks are rated 3. But this one, because in Bruno, because of Mass Land Denial, Bruno also has all the free counter spells, so it's easily a 4. But this one would have been a 3. I mean, it's got a game changer there, but Mass Land Denial is in here. Okay. It's probably just going to be a question mark for now. But that's all right. Yeah, it's a Winter Moon. We'll put Maze of Ith onto the side. Come on, Commando. You can hang up here. Actually, this is where my Vintage Cube cards will go. You can hang up over here. Next, Horn of Greed. Whenever any player plays a land, that player draws a card. That is for Bonnie Paul. What was my Bonnie Paul upgrade? No, I looked at Bonnie Paul, but I didn't upgrade. So it was Sakashima. I was looking at Bonnie Paul. Okay. So now we are going to be looking for Horn of Greed. Because this deck plays a lot of lands. This is your quintessential Simic landfall deck. Gosh, exploration is just so expensive nowadays. That needs a reprint too. Beautiful. Horner Greed upgraded. Next, Nissa's Pilgrimage. Original foiling. Yeah, I just wanted to upgrade to a foil. Of course. Who doesn't like foiling out their commander decks? And why I want this one specifically is to put lands into my hand. For Sasia. Of course. That putting my deck onto the slamming it is probably not what you want to hear off of my microphone. Bam! Killer Bees. Now this is just a silly one. With Sasia, you know, I get so much mana. This is a flying green creature, but pay 1 green, get a +1/+1. If I have that 5, just 5 basic lands that can tap for 5, 25. This is 25 damage in the air. Hilariously actually good. And it's Killer Bees. Come on. Who doesn't like Killer Bees? He's got a sword and a shield. Killer Bees. Well, bam. Snow-covered island. This has got to be for upgrade for ninjas. Bam, snow-covered island. We'll just leave them up here because I know I bought a few of these. So now there will always be matching snow-covered island. We'll see how many I bought. I don't know how much because it was a bit ago before I got this package. Snow-covered. Oh, it's not snow-covered island. Kalani Gem. Pay 4, enters the battlefield. Return 2 lands I control to owner's hand. That seems bad. And then add 2 mana of any one color. But who wants lands in their hand? Sasia does. That way I can reveal 7 lands in my hand. Did not put a sleeve on that one. Beautiful. Well, bam. Avenger of Zendikar. Original foiling. Just kind of as like a finisher for Sasia. AOZ is a friend of mine. Maze of Ith is for this deck. It is Sasia. I slammed my deck on. I apologize in advance. Where is AOZ? I must have skimmed through him. There he is. So AOZ. Beautiful. Golly G. And Maze of Ith. Gotta stay alive while you're trying to find lands, dude. It's hard. But fun. Boom. Plane wide celebration. 7 mana. Choose 4. Choose the same mode more than once. Create 2/2. Return some permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Proliferate. Gain 4 life. All about that proliferation for Thelon of the Havenwood. There you are. It's a fungi deck, so it gets spore counters, and this is huge. Proliferate. Shabam. Boom. Nissa's Triumph. Search your library for 2 basic force cards. If you control a Nissa, instead search your library for 3. Put those into your hand. And that's Sasia. And I got a Nissa. I think I have 2, both. I run both. The goodnesses. There's that one. Well, bam! Guy's Bounty. Search your library for 2 forest cards, reveal them, put them in your hand. Sassia. We'll leave Sassia up there like I've been trying to say. Till, So I just recently, I played this in a different way, and then I've upgraded it how I wanted to. I kind of like just kind of made it, and I really like the version I have. Abundance. Instead of drawing a card, you choose land or non-land card, and you draw that one. So this one ensures that I get lands into my hand if I need them, or non-lands once I'm finally there, or it's a little combo off with a certain card. Cultivator Colossus. Choose land every single time, and you can get your entire library. It's also fun with Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library, you do draw the 3 cards. Beautiful. Well, bam. Oh, single combat. Fallout Edition. 5 mana. Each player chooses a creature or planeswalker they control, then sacrifices the rest. Players can't cast creature or planeswalker spells until the end of your next turn. Who cares about one creature? It's Bruna. It's Bruna. That's fine. Single combat. Yeah, that was easy. Well, bam. The Flux. 4 mana. Deals 4 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. Exile the top card you may play this turn. Then 6. Add 6 mana. That's Kumano. That's really bright in that. That's my dome light. Okay, that's a dead zone. Now that we know. All right, the Flux. The Flux. I should also buy Snow-Covered Mountains Old School for domes. This one, but I think I just upgraded Islands for ninjas. There's the Flux. Boom, Ever-Flowing Chalice. Beautiful old mud foiling. Love it. That, I think, was in Kumano. There's a little spoiler for what's happening next. Was that in Kumano? Thought I saw it in here. There it is. Yeah, after they announced the bracket system, I really just edited all my decks. Wanted to try these out, make sure they're actually working as well as intended. Now I'm going to buy the cards that I think are working. Itlamok, Growing Rights of Itlamok. Make ourselves a mini guy's cradle, but it's fungi version. So Thelon is going to get it. Let's make sure if it's in here. I think I'm switching the old school one to a different deck, or it's just replaced. Because I think I had it in my dinosaur deck, which I did take apart. I keep slamming my deck. I'm sorry. Cranker Bloom. Signet. There it is. Nope. I didn't give it a sleeve. But beautiful little fungi guys for the fungi deck. All right. Going down the list. Oh, The Micro Tyrant. Yep. Back with the fun guy. Oh, I got more. I remember I was like, I'm mostly buying for Sasia, but I remember Tyrant was kind of in the back. But I guess I just bought for all. Which is good. Down the card goes. There he is. No sleeve on him yet. Sleeve on him now. He's equal to the number of saprolanes and funguses I have, his power and toughness. That's the main thing. Trample. Next is Thopter Spy Network. If your upkeep, if you control an artifact, create a Thopter. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I think. Let's try one deck. It's gotta be. I think it's Jalira, Master Polymorphist. It also could be my Blues Clues deck. But let's check Jalira real quick. Don't think it is, but I also want to upgrade that Fable Passage because I also played Fable Passage in my standard deck, and now that it's turning into modern, I'll be switching that out. It is. So, Thopter Spy Network and Fable Passage. The ones from my standard deck. It's the Love Your LGS version. All right, beautiful. 2 new upgrades for Jalira. That's always fun. Well, bam. Mana Reflection, old school foil. Oh, it's got to be a Sasia. Permanent would tap a permanent for mana, produces twice that much. So, example, that 5 of 5. That single 5 would tap for 10. So, 5 force would tap for 50. I mean, basically just double, but yeah. Hilariously amazing. Here's a little spec. The spec is gone. The spec is there. The spec is gone. Well, bam. Sprouting Vines. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it in your reveal. Put it in your hand. Storm. It's instant speed too. So let your opponent play a bunch of spells, and then you're like, oh, I have 7 lands in my hand. Thank you. Sprouting Vines. Sprouting Vines. There you are. Beautiful. Well, bam. Seek the Horizon. Search your library for 3 basic land cards. Reveal them. Put them in your hand. Remember, it was in the back of Sasia, if I recall correctly. There it was. This time in the Savers Kamigawa foil version. That's beautiful. Yes. Shabam! Gruesome Fate. Each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. What deck goes wide that has black? It's Thelon. Just looking at that top right corner. Gruesome Fate. Oh, bam! Bear Umbra. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 and has, whenever this creature attacks, untap all lands you control. And totem armor. Always fun. But they are multiple triggers if you make multiple Bear Umbras. So that's always fun. For me, not my opponents. I keep slamming it. I'm sorry in advance. I like slamming my deck. But I forget my mic is attached to my desk. For these mail day ones. Well, bam! Genesis Hydra. Dang, I shouldn't have gotten this one. I do not like the stamp in the background. I was thinking with this check mark it would be kind of cool, but that's unfortunate. Big mana Genesis Hydra, do your thing. Get a big permanent. Where are you? X in the spell. Double green, X in the spell. Genesis Hydra. It's just, this art throws me off. It's one of the newer arts. This reminds me of home. Bam! Phyrexian Horror, Phyrexian Horror, Phyrexian Horror. Need this for cube. And as you saw, Sasia also runs this. But beautiful cube. It's very bright. Well, bam! Naturalize. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. I think this is in Thelon. I think. Sometimes just gotta destroy that propaganda. Return to nature. I like it, the effect so much. I do it 3-4 times. Crinker Bloom. Naturalize. Bam! Storm Chaser's Talent. This is for cube. Trying it out. Well, bam! Oak Hollow Village is in Thelon. No, I also bought Mudflat. There it is. Put Mudflat towards the top. Looks like I bought quite a few for Thelon. We'll probably be back. Shabam! Yeah, I should have guessed. Feeling they would be real close to each other. I'll run Maskwig Nexus, so that's why this is kind of funny to play. Yeah, that's mostly why it's there. There is a squirrel in there too. Well, bam! Sky Seer's Chariot. This is for cube. Activated. You choose a non-land card name. Activated abilities cost 2 more. So you say like Soul Ring or Mox. Stock up. Also for cube. Crazy, crazy card. It's so expensive now because everybody's playing it. Look at the top 5. Pick 2 of them. Put those in your hand. Grease Wrench Goblin. A Savannah Lions with upside. For cube. Aggressive red decks. Oh, bam. Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Shall we check Sasia? Maybe. I think it's for other decks, though. But let's check Sasia first. It is. Well, bam. Ornithopter. So I am building a second cube. If you've heard of 100 ornithopters, that seems really fun. I played it once and I had a blast, and now I think I'm going to build it and show my friends 100 ornithopters. It's just so sick. Such a great idea. Ornithopters being the only creature. On the trail, whenever you draw your second card each turn, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Who has lands? Bonnie Paul. Basically a second Bonnie Paul trigger. And it's an enchantment, so it's harder to remove. Because they always remove Bonnie Paul. Pay 6 mana for Bonnie Paul, and they're just like, nope. And I pay 8 mana for Bonnie Paul, and they're like, nope. Static Prison is pretty warped. Let's... hurts. This is for cube. O-ring with some stun counter upside. Because speaking of stun counters, Amped Raptor is now in cube. This guy is played way better. I've been playing him, and just like being able to flicker him, or I thought it was weird that they banned him in Modern, but I don't play Modern too much yet. But being able to like copy him was pretty dang sick. So Journey of Discovery. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Put them in your hand. And we're going to reveal Foreign Collects. Search your library for 2 basic land cards. Put them in your hand. You guessed it. Sasia. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Bam. They were right next to each other. Vornklex and Journey of Discovery. Beautiful. Next. Avoid Fate. Counters target interrupt or enchantment. Protect Arsacia. Mono green. Counter spell. Beautiful. This is counter target aura. Interesting. Gotta remember that. I just can't counter enchantment. I was like, that seems pretty broken, but then I remember it's aura. It's mostly to stop Cyclonic Rift. Broodmaster, Sensacia. Is actually one of the best payoffs for having just big mana. Say I had that 25. XX, Monstrosity X becomes monstrous. Put X XX green Hydra creature tokens. So if I had that 25, I would make 24 24s. I would make 24 of them. So this thing is absolutely slaps. One of the best payoffs. So that's what I want to draw into when I get it. Elfhame Sanctuary. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal that card. If I do, I skip my draw steps. So I get a basic land or a regular draw. But with Sasia, sometimes you just want that final land in your hand. That's why this deck's so fun. It's like you have to try to build this crazy machine, and when you do, it's a crazy payoff. Well, bam. Faithful Mending. Gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Flashback for 3, but Bruno, Light of Alabaster, likes putting enchantments in graveyards because she just recurs them back. So, bam. Beautiful. Altar's Reap. Additional cast. Sack a creature to draw 2 cards. We are sacking Saproline. Bam. Alpha Authority. This was kind of spendy. Chant creature has hexproof and can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So 1/1. It is an aura. It is an Ivy. This one, that is a nice real one. It's a couple game changers. That trop was not real. Where is Alpha Authority? Three visits. Card Metro's favor. There it is. Was distracted by that cradle, I think. Well, bam! Genesis Wave. Oh. George, my cat, is on top of my desk. This is for Sasia. Bam. There he is. Hi, pretty boy. Come on. Just a beautiful Genesis Wave, though. Gosh, that's awesome. Well, bam. Helix Pinnacle. What to do with all that mana? Win the game, how about? Sasia. Shabam. Fungal Rebirth. This makes Saprolines. So this needs to be Elon. Shabam. Oh, bam. Dryad Greenseeker. Look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. So this puts lands into my hand for Sasia. kind of like a mana dork, but this way it works in the way that I want it to. In the end, I just want lands in hand. I'll put bam. Armillary Sphere. This is a classic conflux. This is when I first started. Pay 2, sacrifice it, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them into your hand. Sasia. It's just so fun playing these old cards that like put into your hand, but I actually wanted in my hand. Underseller Micronid, 3 mana. When he enters battlefield or dies, create a sapling, and he's a mana dork. It is for Thelon of the Havenwood. 3 mana. 3 mana. I'm saying that so I remember, because that's what I'm looking for. It's just that top right corner, looking for the mana value of the card. And that's the easiest way to spot something. This next card looks like it's foil because it's very curved. Let's see, what could it be? Well, bam. Decanter of Endless Water. It's from Baldur's Gate. The commander sets have always been Curved City. No maximum hand size. Add 1 of mana of any color. Mana rocks are pretty decent in Sasia because I don't want to be playing lands. I want to hold lands until I can. And that way I can have more cards in hand besides just, 7. I need 7 lands. And if I can just hold more than have 7 lands and more cards in hand, it just works. Rejuvenating Springs, Full Monty. This is probably for Bonnie. Bonnie Pile. Rejuvenating Springs. Rejuvenating Springs. The mana base is just so beautiful in this deck. Now it's even more beautiful. Because that's the main centerpiece of Bonnie Paul is lands. Gorgeous. Whoop-ah. Alchemist Refuge. It's got to be Bonnie, right? Let's check Bonnie Paul for an Alchemist Refuge. Waterlog Grove is not what I'm looking for. Just being able to flash Bonnie Paul because of all the freaking destruction that's happening is pretty important, I'd say. I like to run in Bonnie. Yep. Whoop. Whoop. We're getting down there. It's going to be a long one. But it was pretty sweet. Titania's Song is for Sasia. Turning all artifacts into creatures. Shutting them down, basically. I would like a sleeve, please, said Titania. Just beautiful art, too. Oh, bam. Crackdown Construct. Whenever you activate ability of an artifact or creature that isn't a mana ability, gets +1/+1. There's some fun combos in Sasia for that. Little Staff of Domination, pay 1 every time. He gets bigger, 1 every time, kind of like Killer Bees. That's a fun one. Or even Killer Bees in general, he gets bigger. You happen upon a glade. Choose one, search the library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put them in your hand. Or return target permanent card from your graveyard. It's Sacia. Again, thanks for hanging out. We are needed to upgrade my decks anyway. I thought I'd just throw on the camera. Mail day is always fun. I mean, it's fun to me. I hope it's fun to you. Relaxing, just chilling, something in the background. Sylvan Ranger, enters battlefield. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it where? Into your hand. Golly gee, we did not put a nice new sleeve. Beautiful. Wha-bam! Waterlogged Grove. Beautiful one. This might actually be for... I want to upgrade Cube with this first. Over the Doctor Who one. Yeah, I think I prefer that one. Wayward Swordtooth. And then that one, the Cube one I have in Cube will go in Bonnie Paul. Which, speaking of Bonnie Paul, multiple lands at a time. Should be Bonnie. It could be Sacia, but because you want to play those, like there was that Waterlogged Grove. But once you get the 7 lands in your hand, reveal, flip, you want to be able to play them as fast as possible. There is some ways. But like exploration stuff, you know. Wayward Swordtooth. Things like that. Wha-bam! Deathcap, Marinette. Getting the nice cheap cards out of the way for, you know, what I'd proxied. Because you want to, like I said, try out your decks. Make sure you actually like it before you want to really buy in. And I have enjoyed all of the brews, or these are the ones that I've enjoyed that I want to upgrade. Do need to get a couple more refs with Thelon, I think, but from what I've played and what I have changed, it's just so hard, you know, even like testing, putting cards out and putting cards in. You just never really see sometimes. You never draw the card. There's so many cards, 100 cards in a deck. It's like out of the 5 times I play, I might even never see that card that I added. Awaken the Woods. X, green, fun one. Create X, 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. So they're also lands, but they also have the same name. And Sacia would make it even bigger. This deck just has like some crazy high ceilings. It's so fun. But also pretty low floor. If you can't get off the ground, it's pretty hard. But that's the decks I like to play. Drafna, founder of Latnam. It's a legendary creature. That's what's important about this. Copy target artifact spell. Yeah. But legendary creature, Jalira passes by through it. Because my main Jalira deck is just finding Blightsteel. And this is a new legendary that I didn't really think about, but it's kind of cool. And it can help me ramp. But yeah, Blightsteel is my only non-legendary creature in this deck. If you haven't seen it before, that's what this deck's all about. has been a mainstay for me and probably will be a mainstay forever. It's so dang fun. Actually, this deck could use the old school islands. I might do that. That might have been what I wanted. Let's just do that right now. Oh, there was Sakashima too that I needed. I like Sakashima in so many decks. Drafna's at the end. Here's one. Snow-covered basic land. 2. And 3 for now. One. There goes the deck. Uno. Put those up there. Dos. Trace. And Drafna. That window in the background is just so beautiful when it's foil. Love it. Helm of the Host. This has got to be Bonnie Paul. Making more copies of Bonnie is the way I built the deck. In landfall. But of course, you want lots of lands for the mini oxen I'm going to make. Whoop-bam. Staff of Domination. Once you have lots and lots and lots of mana with Sasia, Staff of Domination can do lots and lots of things for you. Bam. Quidius Spike. Creature has Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. Main thing is I want Death Touch for Kumano, because he just pings off creatures. Whenever he gets Death Touch, I just go pew, pew. Death Touch. Kill one creature for 2 mana. I had Quidius Spike in it for a long time, then I took it out, and now I want it back in. I don't know. Really having that Death Touch just is important. Wayfarer's Bauble. I think that's in Kumano. Let's check Kumano first. That touch. Slammed it again, didn't I? Bubble. Very shiny. Just a few left. Looks like some of them are tokens. Psy, Master Thopterus. That's Jalira. We need to make creatures too anyway for Jalira to sacrifice. And he's legendary. Oh, bam. Scrapwood Mutt is for my standard deck that I don't need as of now because we're switching over to Modern. Lethal Scheme is part of Cube. New thing. Convoke, instant speed, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Planeswalker is pretty important. Foreign Klex, the game changer himself. Crazy art. is in Sacia. Because I like doubling. It is a game changer, though. People do not like seeing this guy. Wow. Dreadbore? Wow. I upgraded my demons deck. I didn't even know. Time to go grab demons. Bam. I play Boris Devilboon. And it is my deck full of demons. Demon typal deck. Let's see if we can find Dreadbore here. There it is. Alright. Well, deck list will be down below if you really want to look at it. Beautiful. I'm grabbing every deck today. Oh, bam. Fabled Passage. Oops. We'll have to figure out all the decks for that later. Oh, boom. Nissa. I'm going to put this one. I bought the super fancy, like pure black one for a cube, and I was just like, I can't read that. So I thought that would be decent because I also got Nissa for Sacia. I'm going to take away that other one in cube. It's so dark. I don't like it. It's hard to read. I do kind of regret also. It's just all it says is completed, and not many people know what that means when I show them to my cube. So they only think it's Phyrexian mana. Yeah. Cube is complicated. Green Sun's Twilight. As a cube owner, I do want to make it as easy as possible for them. But I also want the cool cards. Yeah, I thought I passed it. X spell for Sacia, because once you get big enough, it's just crazy. Whoop-ah. Conduit of Worlds is like Crucible of Worlds, but a bit better. It does cost a bit more. But that goes in Bonnie. Our Bonnie pal. There it is. Well, bam. Oh, I did buy the white border, didn't I? Golly gee. Even I'm like, ick, but it's hilarious. That's the whole point, is to tilt people. Bonnie does this. Bonnie's basically Uro, but big. Even though Uro's a tyrant. This is a giant. Uro. There he is. I was thinking about putting this in cube, but I also own the super borderless full Monty one. That's just, I don't know. It looks beautiful. Oh, bam. Echo of Eons. This should probably go in cube. Yeah, I should probably go in cube first. Then I'll take that cube one and put it in Jalira. Demand Answers, I think, is in cube. Oh, bam. Case of the Locked Hothouse is in Bonnie Pal. Let's grab the Bonnie Pal. 4 mana. 4 mana. There you are. I'm going to need a couple more sleeves here. Shabam. And analyze the pollen. Search the library for a basic land. Put in your hand. But if you collect evidence, you can go for a creature. So early game, I get that land in my hand to flip, and then late game, I can find that creature. So it kind of just works out the way I'd like it. Shabam. Winter Moon. Ooh. It's not as bad as Blood Moon. Players can't untap more than one non-basic land during their untap steps. So it's a bit more fair for Commando. This is why Commando's a 4, not a 3. I think it was in the back last time we checked. Oh, it looks like I flipped some cards. So we'll just go through the top. Run it through the top. I was probably real close by it in the back. And now we're just going through it all again. How's the lightning greaves? Yeah, we were real close. I didn't buy boar. I bought forest dryads. Lots of them. We will sleeve them up soon. But we're down to 4 cards. Winding Way for Sasia. Mirror Box for Bonnie Paul. Cultivator Colossus for Sasia. And Timely Ward for Bruna. Okay. So last Sasia, Winding Way, and Cultivator Colossus. Colossus, Winding Way. Nice. Yeah, that's bright. Bonnie. Find mirror box. The last card. Of course. And then to close it out, we're editing Bruna with Timely Ward. If I recall, it was at the very end as well. Can't wait for Plankton. Plankton. There it is. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed, everybody. Yes, this is always just nice to see what I get for the month or week or whatever I buy them at, and just cool to look at cards and hang out. The main event though was bam. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It is Collector's, not international. My Mox Jet is an international one. Yep. See you, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace.